Shep.
Shamari Stone, thanks. The long-awaited Battle of Donbass has begun. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the Russian war machine has officially launched its all-out assault on eastern Ukraine. It's time to see if Vladimir Putin can turn around his disastrous invasion after a series of humiliating setbacks and heavy losses on the battlefield. For weeks now, Russian troops have been regrouping and repositioning for this new major offensive in the east.
Now
we can state that the Russian forces have started the battle for the Donbass, for which they were preparing for a long time. A big part of all the Russian army is now concentrated on this offensive. No matter how many Russian soldiers are being sent there, we will be fighting. We will defend ourselves. We will fight. We will not give away anything.
The United States providing the Ukrainians with heavy artillery to beat back the onslaught. The Pentagon reports the U.S. will train Ukrainian forces how to use the American howitzers in the coming days. Leading up to this large-scale offensive, Russia unleashed a barrage of missile attacks across Ukraine, including the first deadly strike in the relatively safe western city of Lviv, right on NATO's doorstep. Meantime, images are starting to appear on social media that appear to show the Russian flagship Moskov on fire before it sank last week. The Ukrainians hit that warship with 2 cruise missiles, according to the Pentagon. We've not been able to verify these images. NBC's Ali Arouzi witnessed one of the cruise missiles fly overhead. He's with us now from the western Ukraine city of Lviv. Ali.
Good evening, Shep. We were doing an interview at about 8:30 local this morning in the center of Lviv when we heard a whistling sound over our head. Then there was a loud thump. Before we realized what happened, another object went flying over our head. It was so big at first I thought it was an airplane, and then we realized it was a cruise missile hitting the center of the city. It was followed by 3 or 4 more strikes after that one, and this is the first time the Russians have hit the center of Lviv. Let's take a listen to that moment. And then, Shep, this is also the first time that people have been killed in the center of Lviv. Before, there had been strikes on the outskirts of the city, no fatalities, but this time 7 people were killed in this airstrike in a heavily built-up area. And one of the people injured was a 3-year-old child that had escaped Kharkiv. So coming to safety in Lviv, that child was injured by a Russian missile. Elsewhere in the country, Shep, in Mariupol, the Russians have given the defenders of that city an ultimatum: surrender or die, and they have chosen to fight to the death. That is a besieged city. It is the most bombed, most destroyed city in this country, and the Russians are determined to take that city over. A handful of fighters called the Azov Brigade are trying to hold them off, but the Russians say it's only a matter of short time before they take that city. The odds are against them, but time and time again, the Ukrainians have defied the odds.